biblical verse that said, and God made two great lights, one to light the day, one to light the night. Ever since then, people associated the moon with just the nighttime. But the moon you just don't notice it because the sun is dominating the source of light.
Well, Neil, before you came on, we were on the dark side of the moon, but you've lightened it up for us.
Oh, don't talk about why you guys are getting at me. 1973, Pink Floyd?
Yeah.
Album, The Dark Side of the Moon? There is no dark side of the moon. And I've been working round the clock since then to try to undo this misunderstanding of the world. All sides of the moon receive sunlight. A day on the moon lasts a month.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to Honey Love Reactions. We will be reviewing a new video today. Please comment, like, and subscribe below. Now let's get into it.
So Neil, are there rainbows anywhere else in the universe? Do they exist?
Well, we all know that rainbows happen when unicorns fart.
What nursery rhyme did you get this from?
I mean, that's just science, Neil.
Science. Of course, sunlight going through a raindrop and refracting into the raindrop and then dispersing as it comes out. So refract is just simply the bending of light, but light, when it goes from a lighter medium into a heavier medium, it actually disperses. The different colors of light travel at different speeds in the medium. Since they travel at different speeds, they separate out. And if you have a wall of raindrops, okay, and with the sun oriented properly, directly behind you, then you see a rainbow. If you can reproduce that anywhere in the universe, you will get a rainbow. So the question is, are there any planets that have rain?
So how about when we're planets where there's liquid methane, and you have a methane rain, would you get the same thing?
That should also give you a rainbow.
Is it going to give us the similar colorways we get in Earth rainbows, or is it going to skew differently?
No, it depends on what the color source is. So if it's our sun, it's going in there with Roy G. Biv, a red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, violet. So Kelly, wherever there is rain and sunshine, there's a rainbow. I love crazy facts. Do you? Here's one. 11 plus 2 equals 13. Of course. 12 plus 1 equals 13. The 13 letters that spell 11 plus 2, when rearranged, will also spell 12 plus 1. That is the craziest fact I know as a professional astrophysicist. The Innocence Project even has to exist in this world is itself a travesty.
Well, I'm hoping that with science, there's going to come a time where we can actually read the contents of people's minds. And that this will no longer be, I remember
it's an episode
this.
of Black Mirror.
Yes.
On that.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
But I think maybe, yes, that would be interesting.
But isn't the problem is that false memories are a real thing?
So there are people who believe something, and if you read their mind, you'll just see what it is that they believe.
But I wonder if you could sort of back engineer that belief. I wonder if it could get to the point where you could say, oh, you believe this because this is a memory of the way you've described
we just do
the
it
memory.
Black Mirror style, and you have a chip that records everything that you see.
That's probably the future.
There's a chapter in here called Law and Order, where I get into the role of science in deciding whether someone is guilty or innocent. And it's the idea that in a courtroom, someone says, I need a witness. This is like in the court of science, that's the last thing you are ever asking for.
Yeah.
Because we know, the psychologists knew this first. The rest of us, figured it out after the fact, that eyewitness testimony is one of the least reliable forms. The third time I was rejected from jury duty. I show up dutifully, okay? And the third time, they said there was a woman who was robbed on the street of her groceries and her purse. And they had the person who she accuses positively identifies and her. And it's a literal he said, she said, okay? We read the particulars of the case. She said he robbed her, the groceries, took it, and then ran off. When the cops found the guy, he was not in possession of anything she said he took. They looked in the area if anything stashed in dumpsters or anything. They didn't find anything. Okay, so that's the state of the case. And the judge reads the particulars and goes to the, I'm down to the last 15. I'm almost on a jury. For the first time I'm almost there. I got to ask, what's the scariest fact I know? It's that in 22 billion years, there's a chance that the accelerated expansion of the universe will become so severe that it will separate stars from galaxies as they move beyond our visual horizon and continue at this, ending up separating atoms from their molecules, and then particles from their atoms, and then the very fabric of space and time itself, the pixels out of which our 3- and 4-dimensional universe is constructed, they will separate. But if that is the base unit of all that exists in this universe, it can't separate, and all it can do is rip. I lose sleep over that possibility. We started with the Big Bang, we may just end with the Big Rip. Is a separate. Now, Columbus crosses the Atlantic, makes contact with humans. This is the first time that has happened in 10,000 years. We have rejoined 2 branches of the human species. We are now one common genetic group. And that genetic crossbreeding now continues to this day. We fly to any corner of the world and mate, okay? And the mating already began immediately. Yes, there were diseases that Columbus brought to North America, much written about that. Less written is that he brought syphilis back to Europe. First cases of syphilis of 1492.
Whoa.
I appreciate you for stopping by. Please don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Thank you for watching Honey Loves Reactions.